Welcome to this week's episode of This Week in Diaspora History on the Jewish Diaspora Report. Let's get started. of Adar, 418 CE, Roman Empire. Jews were excluded from public offices and dignities in the Roman Empire. Theodosius, the Roman emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire in Constantinople, enacts the Theodosius Code. In 404, Jews are excluded from certain government posts. In 418, they are barred from civil service and all military positions. In 425, they are excluded from all remaining offices, both in civilian and military. Later in the empire, there would be one office that Jews were not forbidden from assuming. This was the office of decurion, a tax collector who was required to pay all deficits in revenue from their own pocket. Also 16th of Adar, 1656, New Amsterdam, or modern-day New York. The Jews of New Amsterdam were denied the right to erect a synagogue in 1656. Dutch colonial officer Peter Stuyvesant did not tolerate full religious freedom in the colony and was strongly committed to the supremacy of the Dutch Reformed Church. In 1657, he refused to allow Lutherans the right to organize in church. Freedom of religion was further tested when Stuyvesant refused to allow permanent settlement of Jewish refugees from Dutch Brazil in New Amsterdam. Stuyvesant attempted to have the Jews in a friendly way depart the colony, as he wrote to the Amsterdam Chamber of Dutch West India Company in 1654 that he hoped that the, quote, deceitful race be not allowed to further infect the trouble in this new colony. He referred to the Jews as a repugnant race and usurers, and was concerned that the Jewish settlers would not be granted the same liberties enjoyed by Jews in Holland, lest the members of other persecuted minority groups, such as Roman Catholics, might be attracted to the colonies. Stuyvesant's decision was rescinded after pressure from directors of the company. As a result, Jewish immigrants were allowed to stay in the colony as long as their community was self-supporting. However, Stuyvesant and the company would not allow them to build a synagogue, forcing them to worship in their homes instead. 18th of Adar, 1901, Turkey. The Jews of Smyrna, Turkey were attacked by Greeks charging them with ritual murder. The congregation of Smyrna began in 1631 and it was the center of all Jewish communities in Asia Minor. The charge of ritual murder had been brought against the Jews of Smyrna several times, most notably in the latter part of the 18th century. The most important of these charges were made in 1872 and 1901. In the first, the body of a Greek child was found in a small stream in the Armenian quarter. The Greeks, seeking revenge, murdered 2 Jews and attacked the ghetto, which was defended by the inhabitants. In 1901, another young Greek suddenly disappeared, and all members of the Greek community searched for him. Proving fruitless, the Greeks prepared to attack the Jews. The governor-general of the region called out the garrison and the police, while many of the Jewish population armed themselves for defense. A conflict ensued, during which several Greeks were wounded. 18th of Adar, 1891, Moscow, Russia. The Russian imperial decree by Tsar Alexander III ordered the expulsion of all Jewish artisans, brewers, and distillers from Moscow. Long-standing repressive policies and attitudes towards the Jews were intensified after the assassination of Tsar Alexander II 10 years earlier. This event was wrongly blamed on the Jews and sparked widespread anti-Jewish pogroms in the Russian Empire. The new Tsar was hostile to the Jews. His reign witnessed a sharp deterioration of the Jewish economic, social, and political conditions. Jews were banned from inhabiting rural areas and shtetls and restricted the occupations in which they could engage. An imperial decree was promulgated in 1891 ordering the expulsion from the city and government of Moscow of all Jewish artisans, brewers, and distillers. Persons who had been born in Moscow and knew no other place of residence were obliged to go in search of a new home. Thousands of Jews became impoverished, several hundred adopted Christianity. The Tsar's minister stated the aim of the government with regard to the Jews: 1/3 will die out, 1/3 will leave the country, and 1/3 will completely be dissolved into the surrounding population. After the pogrom on Passover in 1903, pogroms became the official policy of the Russian Empire, and the anti-Semitic terror reached its peak in 1905. This has been another episode of This Week in Diaspora History for the Jewish Diaspora Report. Don't forget to check us out on social media at jdr.podcast and check out some of our other episodes on your favorite podcast app. We'll see you next time.